Everyone in my school called me heartless because I refused to give up my scholarship to a kid whose mom had cancer. What they didn't know was that cancer had already nearly taken my life. I spent 4 years working nonstop to earn a full scholarship to my dream school. Late nights, perfect grades, extracurriculars, sacrificing basically everything. So when I got the call that I had won, I completely broke down. I cried for almost an hour. It felt like every sacrifice had finally paid off. Then 1 week later, I got called into the principal's office, and that's when everything got weird. The principal was sitting there with another student named Peyton and both of his parents. My stomach immediately dropped because I knew this couldn't be good. The principal explained that Peyton had been the runner-up for the scholarship. Then he told me his family was going through an incredibly difficult time. Peyton's mom had stage 4 cancer, and they wanted to ask me something. Would I consider stepping aside so Peyton could have the scholarship instead? I just stared at them. I felt awful for his family. But I had worked for years for this opportunity. So I quietly said, I'm really sorry about your mom, but no. Then Peyton's dad leaned forward. He told me their medical bills were destroying them, that they might lose their house, that this scholarship could save their family. His mom started crying. She looked incredibly sick, thin, pale, exhausted. And I felt horrible sitting there, but I still said no. Because I earned that scholarship. Then the principal looked disappointed and said the school couldn't force me, but he hoped I would do the right thing. That comment stuck with me. I left feeling like everyone had already decided I was the villain. And I was right. The next day, my English teacher pulled me aside after class. She told me she heard what happened, then asked me to think about what kind of person I wanted to be. I told her I was keeping the scholarship. After that, school became hell. People whispered when I walked by. Friends stopped talking to me. Someone wrote, "Artless," across my locker in red marker. Even my own mom told me maybe I should step aside because it wasn't worth becoming the most hated person in school over money. But I still said no. A week later, Peyton cornered me between classes. He stepped directly in front of me so I couldn't walk past. My mom might die, he said. She does chemo every 2 weeks and can barely get out of bed. And you're worried about a scholarship? I tried to walk around him. He blocked me again. Then he said, you've probably had everything handed to you your whole life and you can't do one decent thing for someone whose mom has cancer. That's when something inside me completely snapped. I looked at him and said, you don't know anything about my life. He laughed. Then said, I know you've never had to watch someone you love go through chemo. I know you've never had to wonder if your mom will be alive next year. I laughed too, but it wasn't a happy laugh. Then I looked him dead in the eyes and said, you're right. I didn't watch it. I lived it. His face instantly changed. I told him I had leukemia when I was 8 years old, 2 years of treatment. I almost died 3 different times. I spent my 9th birthday in the ICU because my immune system completely collapsed. While other kids were learning multiplication tables, I was learning how to sign medical